Hi, thanks for joining in. My name is Basha and welcome to my channel. Today I would like to show you this gorgeous little phal, and this is Phalaenopsis Jia Ho Summer. Um, I'm pretty sure I'm butchering the name as usual, but I just wanted to show you the flowers. They are absolutely stunning. They're not that big. Excuse me, I'm just blocking the light. They're quite small, but let's just look at the pattern. How unusual and how beautiful. Now I have got about 4-5 buds, but I've got only 2 open flowers. The flowers take ages to open, quite unusual for Phalaenopsis. They do take ages to develop as well from the flower spike, which, well, it is again quite unusual. It's more, they do take the time, more like Oncidium type orchids rather than a Phalaenopsis. They are not fragrant, at least not to my knowledge. This Phalaenopsis is growing under my grow lights, and now when I'm filming is exposed to sunlight. I don't know about the fragrance. I don't think they are fragrant. Please comment below if you've got this cross and if yours is fragrant. Plant itself is not that great. It did arrive to me with some kind of damage on the leaf. And what I have noticed, this Phalaenopsis is quite thirsty. I think this is one of those phals that will be excellent candidate for semi-hydro because it does like to stay quite moist. The medium to stay quite moist, and it does get wrinkly leaves quite fast when you miss watering, so it is getting quite affected when it's not getting watered. So I would say definitely it's a good candidate for semi-hydro. Now I have watched a video previously about this, a particular cross, and I think it was a video of Miss Orchid Girl who mentioned that her orchid, her phal, it's not in a great condition. And I have to say, there is something with this hybrid. It kind of the leaves look quite tatty. It doesn't look always very healthy. However, I mean, this is the first time that it flowers for me. I have bought it from eBay, from a seller on eBay. And I think about 6 months ago, maybe less than that. And I managed to flower. So this is the first time it's flowering for me. However, it was flowering previously for the seller. Now, I don't know if it's gonna flower regularly. I don't know how often it flowers. I can imagine it flowers in autumn when the weather cools down a little bit, like the rest of my phals. I have to say a lot of my phals in my collection are now spiking. So I think in this respect, in this aspect, it's got definitely a lot of just typical Phalaenopsis traits. But I don't know if it's gonna flower regularly. I don't know if it's gonna be every autumn. I don't know whether it's going to improve. Since I've had it, it grew 1, 2, 3 leaves. So I can't really complain because the leaves are growing quite well. The root system is not the best. The root system is not actually growing that great. It's got some roots. I don't think it's gonna show here. No, it won't show because it's quite bright light. So it's got some roots. It's got some roots actually going even there. We got growing all the way to the bottom. It's quite wet because I have just watered it. And it's growing in a medium bark with sphagnum moss, a kind of layered sphagnum moss. And even now, even though sometimes it gets a little bit dry, too dry for its liking, it will wrinkle its leaves, and the leaves will become quite limp. So you have to really stay on schedule with your watering. Yeah, but I mean, when it comes to leaves, they grow quite fast. However, I don't think there is something about this cross that it just looks a little bit like there's something not quite right, something a little bit sickly. But again, it was quite expensive. But again, you know, I think it's worth keeping it. It's quite small, and I would say it's a miniature phal, that's for sure. And the flowers, I think it's definitely worth keeping this cross just for the flowers, because the flowers are absolutely gorgeous. the colors are very vivid. The camera, obviously, I've got rubbish camera on my phone. I'm recording on my phone, and it's not really translating the true colors, but they are so vivid, so bright. And only if they were fragrant, it will be absolutely perfect cross. But yes, I definitely recommend having it in your collection. I don't know if it's quite demanding cross. I don't know yet. I have not had it for long enough, but I definitely recommend, even just for those flowers, because the flowers are gorgeous. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!